modern school. So in the previous video we have just completed some of the exercise. In that we have seen what all the MCQ and the fill in the blanks. Okay, the question answers are remaining. The question answers are remaining. That what we will just do after. Sorry, I have just sent the PDF of the question answer. Okay, from that you have to write. I am just explaining now the question answers. So first, how does the food helps us? So in the very first lecture we have seen that how does the food helps us. So in that you can see here, that is, we get energy from the food we eat. Food helps us to grow and repair worn out tissues. Okay, and food helps us stay healthy and protect our body from diseases. Okay, then after that I have written on the board second one, that is how do the green plants make their own food. So that is, green plants make their own food in presence of sunlight using carbon dioxide and water. This is why they are called the producers, that we have written. Then after third question, that is, name two plants for each of the following parts of the plants we eat. That also from roots. Here in the very first page it is given, from roots we get carrot, radish. From stem we get potato, ginger. From leaves we get spinach, cabbage. From flowers we get cauliflower and banana. Fruits we get tomato and brinjal. Okay. Then after, write names of any 5 animal products that we eat as food. So here animal products are meat, milk, honey, eggs and curd. These all the things we eat which are animal product. Then what are milk products? Okay. No. Why is milk considered as a nutrition food? Write the names of any 3 animals that gives us milk. So here it is. So it is given milk. Milk is a rich source of calcium, vitamins and proteins. Therefore, it is considered as nutritious food. Okay. Then after, name 3 animals that are gives milk, that is cows, buffaloes and goats. Then after, about the milk product, that is milk is used to make many other products which are called the milk product. Okay, some common dairy products are paneer, cheese, cream, butter, ghee and curd. Then after, 7th one, which is curd. What are herbivorous animals? So I can say in oral that the herbivorous animals are animals which they just depend upon the other plants, means they just eat plant and plant products, so they are known as the herbivorous animals. Then after, here it is give 3 examples and mention the special features that helps them to feed. So for that, here herbivorous animals, here it is plants are not easy digest, they need to chew. Here herbivores such as horses and cows have a white teeth at the back of their jaw to grind the plant materials before it is swallowed. Then after, other one, that is herbivores such as butterflies and hummingbirds have a special mouth part that helps to suck the nectar from the flower. Okay. Then after, it is what is carnivorous animals, and give 3 examples and mention their special features. So carnivorous animals that eat the flesh of the other animals are called the carnivorous animals, and there some of the common features are special features are carnivores such as tigers and lions tear the flesh of the prey with the sharp pointed teeth and sharp claws. Okay. Then after, snake swallow their prey whole, and frogs have long sticky tongue that helps to catch them insects. Okay. Then after, coming towards omnivorous animals, that is omnivorous animals that eat both plants and animals are called the omnivorous animals. Okay. Bear, crow and human beings are the examples of the omnivorous animals. Then after, other question, that is what are scavengers, and give 2 examples. That is, animals that feed on the dead bodies are called scavengers, and vulture and jackals are the examples of scavengers. And third question is, what are decomposers? That is, certain living organisms act on dead plant and animals. Such organisms are called the decomposers, and fungi and bacteria are examples of it. Okay, so here we have just completed our chapter. Now moving further to the next chapter. So our next chapter, that is so here now we will start a new chapter, that is chapter number 2. So chapter number 2, that is components of food. Components of food. Okay. So what are some of the components of the food? So in the food, what things are there? We will learn about that, like protein, vitamin, iron, calcium, minerals. This all the things we will study about that. So first of all, here you have given a definition, that is components of food. Food contains nutrients. So first of all, the definition it is here. First of all, writing components of food. Components of food. In that it is given the food contains nutrients. So what is first of all nutrients? Here it is given nutrients are the substance nutrients are substance nutrients are substance that are needed by our body needed by our body for healthy growth, healthy growth, and functioning. Okay, so what are first of all nutrients? Let us see about that. So nutrients are the substance that are needed by our body for healthy growth and function. So here we know, first we should know the what is the healthy body. What is the sign of healthy body? Not, it is not you just think that fat body is there, then they are healthy body. No, they are not healthy body. Okay, so healthy body means the body which is fit and fine. Like if I say the example of Sonu Sood, so you have seen the picture of him, that his body is very healthy. You can see that from the body. It is very active and healthy body of it. Okay, students. Now moving further, that is the food that we the food that we ate consists of different nutrients and or components. There are 5 main components of food. Here the food is further categorized into 5 components. So the first one, that is carbohydrate, The second one, that is fats. The third one, that is proteins. The fourth one, that is vitamins. Okay. Then after the fifth one, then the last one, that is minerals. Okay, that is minerals. So here they have categorized the food into five components. Which are they? They are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. So here further there are five main components of the food, and then after it is divided further into other parts. Okay, but we will see later it in this chapter only. First of all, we will talk about the carbohydrate. First of all, can anybody tell me, students, what is carbohydrate? It is written in your book. Okay, how does the carbohydrate helps us? Okay, so here, first of all, you just read that book. Okay, which is the first 2 to 3 line which is given in your textbook in the carbohydrate. You just read that. So, have you read that? Before that, I am just reading it. The food that we ate consists of different nutrients or components. There are five main components of food, that is carbohydrate, fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. Along with this, we also require dietary fiber and water. These components together keeps the body healthy. Let us learn about each of them in detail. So here, coming towards the carbohydrates, that is carbohydrates are important to our body. See here, carbohydrates are important to our body. Next, that is they provide us the energy needed to work through the day. Starch and sugars are the two main components, two types of carbohydrates that are found in food. Here, the carbohydrate further divided into two types, that is sugar and starch. Okay, let us learn here carbohydrate. So carbohydrate carbohydrates. So carbohydrate are important to our body, and here what is their functioning? So here, that is they provide us the energy needed to work through the day. Okay, and here they have categorized carbohydrates into further two types, that is first is sugar and the second one is starch. So here Let us see first of all about the sugar. So the first carbohydrate, that is sugar. So we all are familiar with the sugar. Okay, in our kitchen there is sugar for making tea or for making some of the sherbets. Okay, so in different types the sugar is used. Okay, so here it is table sugar, fruits and honey are some sources of sugar. Milk contains a type of sugar called lactose. So here it is table sugar, table sugar, fruits, and honey are some sources of sugar. Okay, and milk contains milk contain a type of sugar called lactose. Okay, so here talking about the sugar, that is sugar can be found from where table sugar, fruits, honey are some of the sources of sugar, and milk also contains a sugar, so that is lactose. Okay, the milk, it can be asked in the MCQ, fill in the blanks or any other thing, that what does the sugar name is of which contains milk. Okay, that is lactose. Then after starch. So here moving upon the starch. So starch so first of all, where the starch is found. Okay, here we are familiar with the photosynthesis process. That what is first of all photosynthesis process? The plant make their food by their own. Okay, so how they make their food? They make their food by what? Here they just have water plus carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide. Okay, then after it is what? Carbon dioxide, and it gives the food in the form of starch and gives oxygen in presence of sunlight. So the plants store the food in the form of starch. They produce the sugars, and then after they just forms the starch and stores the food in the different parts of the body. Okay, so in the parts of the plants. So here it is, green plants make their food in the form of sugar. Green plants make their food in the form of sugar, some of which is converted as stored as starch in the plants. Rice, wheat, corn, potatoes are bread and bread are some sources of starch. So here it is Green plants green plants make their food in the form of sugar, some of which is converted some of which is stored converted and stored as starch in plants. So, some of the sources of starch are, that is, rice, wheat, corn, potatoes, and bread. Are some sources of starch. Okay, these are some of the sources of starch. Then after, when we eat starch containing plant product, our body breaks down the starch into glucose, which can be easily utilized by the body. So here figure 2.1 shows the rich sources of carbohydrates. Okay, rich sources of carbohydrates. Here it is wheat, bread, corn, cornflakes, honey, potatoes. These are the rich sources of carbohydrates. Okay, let us see it again. Here, the carbohydrates provides us energy to work through the day. Means they just convert the starch into the glucose. Our body just converts that. And here, the carbohydrate is further categorized into two types, that is sugar and starch. So in the sugar that is found in table sugar, fruits, honey are some sources of sugar. Milk contains a type of sugar called lactose. And then after starch. So green plants make their food in the form of sugar, some of which is converted and stored as starch in the plants. Okay, in the plants. Then after, the rich sources of starch are rice, wheat, corn, potatoes, and bread are some sources of the starch. Okay, here now moving further, there is an activity, but before that, if you want to note down, then note down. Now, moving further, you can see here the activity is given. So, here the first activity, that is to aim to taste the presence of sugar in a food sample. So here, first of all, if in any of the food the sugar is present or not, that we have to found out. Then after, here it is materials needed: food sample, water, Benedict's solution, test tubes and Bunsen burner. The method, that is crush a small amount of the food sample if solid and add it to the test tube. Okay, add some water to the test tube and shake it well. Add a few drops of Benedict's solution to the test tube. Heat the test tube for about 1 minute. Here you can see the different types of colors are there. That is known, very low. Here it is green, then very low, yellow, then low, orange, then moderate, and if it is red, then it is very high amount of sugar present in that food. Okay, observations: depending on the amount of the glucose, the blue color of the Benedict solution turns green, indicates low sugar content, yellow indicates medium sugar content, or brick red indicates high sugar content as shown in figure. Conclusion: the changing of the color of Benedict solution confirms the presence of the sugar. Okay, here if we want to just confirm that in any of the food sample the sugar is present or not, then we have to do this activity. In that, we have just required food, then after Benedict solution, then after test tube. Okay, this first the method was what? First we have to crush the food and put it in the test tube and add some water and shake it well, and then after we have to just add the Benedict solution, and then after the according to the color change, the amount of the sugar is we can know. Okay, so here if it is green, then it is very low. If it is yellow, then it is low. If it is orange, then it is moderate, and if it is red, then it is very high amount of sugar. Here the second activity, that is to taste the presence of starch in any food sample. Here we have to just know that first we have seen about the sugar. Now we are just moving towards the starch. That in any of the solution, sorry, in any food sample, the starch is present or not, then we have to do this activity, that is food sample, water, dilute iodine solution and test tube. Here, and this also first step is same, that is crush a small amount of food sample if solid and add it to the test tube, and second, add some water to the test tube and shake it well. So here the first and the second point both are same. Then after, add some water, let us the test tube cool, then add a few drops of dilute iodine solution to it. Here, then after we have to keep the test tube for some time for cooling it. Then after we have to add some dilute iodine solution in that. So here you can see the color change. Okay, that is observation: the food sample turns black, blue or black. Here, if the color change is blue or black in that solution, then the starch is there in that food. Okay, here moving further, that is conclusion: the food sample contains starch. Okay, so here in your homework, what you have to do is, in homework, above board work. Okay, so in your homework, what you have to do, you have to write down one time all that which is written in the board. Okay students, we will meet in the next video. Bye students.